Awesome. Thanks, Patrick. A little bit about this session for this next hour. Internet of Things, a lot of buzz in the media. How many people have a wearable today? How many people other than a connected device? And so what we're seeing is the emergence of just exactly what I saw about 15 years ago when I entered the mobile industry, and the emergence of a new technology that allowed engagement, brand engagement directly with the user via a mobile browser, and then the app ecosystem emerged. What we are seeing today is the expansion of mobile internet and engagement into devices. So not only is my dryer and washer from Samsung connected, but also my TV and my refrigerator. And then when I jump into my car, when I leave the house, is also connected to the internet. And when I get to the office, it is my wearable that allows security access to enter the building, and so forth. So the world around us is getting smarter, and many of them may not have interfaces. They'll be headless units, but it's going to allow those of us that are in the brand side to do better engagement and targeting with our consumer base, but also folks that produce these products to also have a better experience. We have a series of, so the agenda for this session is basically we have 4 startups that are emerging out there that cover the Internet of Things space, from connected car to the connected home, and then we'll follow with an awesome panel from Cisco, Comcast, Tandem Capital, Qualcomm, and as well as Honda. And so we will kind of cover we'll cover it as the year in review of 2014. What did we see in IoT, and then what is on the cusp for next year in 2015. So the first demo we'll have is Bharat from August, Smart Lock. Give him a hand.
All right, I thought you were going to set expectations there for the connected washing machine, and we're going to do something with it. But we actually do something very different. How many people have had that experience of leaving their keys behind at home and then worrying about it? We left the door open type of thing? Show of hands. It's a lot of you guys, right? And that's really the simple problem that we set out to solve at August. We make a smart lock, and I'm trying to get to the next slide. That is not happening. Here we go. It's a common problem. 2 million New Yorkers locked out of their homes. Most people lose their keys multiple times. There's no way of knowing. And so we were thinking, hey, maybe there's a better way to manage access to your home. And let's just focus on homes versus offices and other stuff where you got your key cards and badges. But what if we just focus on that one problem for the home? And that's what we set out to do. A little bit about me. I'm Bharat. I'm from August. We're a San Francisco-based company. We have great founders, Jason Johnson and Eve Behar, who's designed a lot of the Jawbone products. And our first product is the August Smart Lock. We think it's the most intelligent, secure way to manage your home. That's the product up there. It's down here as well. And it's available now at Apple stores and online. Here's how we think about our mission. We thought about it to say, are we in the business of making smart locks, or is it something broader? And we thought about this notion of access. And the business that we're really in, our mission is to build these trusted relationships between people and the physical spaces they move in and out of. And the experience we're trying to create through a combination of hardware and software connected to your smartphone is there some intelligent, seamless way in which that environment can respond to you. So you go from static environments, which are kind of covered by these physical keys, to something that's a little bit more dynamic, where your friends, your dog sitter, your Airbnb home, things can be managed a little bit more intelligently, a little bit more easily. Our first product's the August Smart Lock. It's over here, if you guys can see it. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. This is what the outside of the door looks like. So it looks just like a regular door. That's what the inside looks like, so that it actually goes on the inside. And you can see it operates from a smartphone. Now, in most cases, you actually don't even need to take your phone out. As you walk up to it, it connects to the lock, knows who you are, authenticates, and then lets you in. So you don't even actually have to pull your keys out of your pocket. Whoa. I'm not sure where to look. To start, we solved some hard engineering problems with this. It seems really simple, but this level of simplicity actually takes a lot of work. There is hardware stuff that we had to do, so special motors, special torque limiters, so it doesn't actually turn too hard. What's the right limit to actually put a deadbolt in and out of the door? So there are a lot of complicated problems when you get to the variety of doors and locks that people have out there. And the same thing on the software side, and this is something the panel is going to talk about a lot: privacy, encryption, how do you keep people from getting into your home, things that are super, super important. And who do people ultimately trust? Is it partly a branding thing? Do you work with service providers? Is it something as a product you can deliver all on your own? That's what the product looks like. We start off with this proposition of, hey, we want it to feel great in the home, not just look great. So it's made of aluminum. It's actually machine milled, laser cut, and it feels like a premium product in your home. We found that that was very important to people, the experience of getting something like this in your house. It installs easily, so this is another big part of how do you actually get it all the way in. We've thought a lot about how people can DIY it themselves, but in the future we might work with locksmiths. We have our own installer network or other providers to actually get this into every single home, to accelerate that process, if you will. And on the software side, I think 3 key things. It's convenient. It makes keys obsolete. You never have to worry about losing your keys again because you always have your phone with you. It makes your home a little bit more open because you can give people keys, you can revoke them. So if you have an Airbnb home and you want to give someone a key to it, it's really easy to issue these keys and revoke them pretty simply. And I think finally we look for delightful moments in the experience itself. It's not just enough to say, look, here's an existing experience you have, we're going to make it a little bit better, but you want to create something that's almost magical. And for us, those are moments like walking up to your door, it knows who you are, it automatically unlocks for you. Or you shut the door and it automatically locks behind you. So these are little things that you don't have to take care of as much, and you stop worrying about access because you feel like you have control of it, but without kind of that physical notion of the key. People often ask us what's next, and this is something the panel is going to delve into. We've thought carefully about, hey, if we can generate trust around spaces that people move in and out of and the people themselves, what are other things that we could do? What are new experiences we could build in the future? We really see two types of things. One of them is just integration with new IoT sensors, whether it's thermostats and it turns the temperature down when you're out of the house and saves you a little bit of money on your energy bill. Or it's service providers where you have rental properties, security companies for security monitoring, home services like HomeJoy that are part of the new economy of on-demand home cleaning, local deliveries like Amazon Fresh where deliveries are just left for you, and then large-scale logistics at some point. Maybe Amazon Prime decides, hey, you're never going to miss a package again because you're able to control access at that level. And those are all, we think, new experiences that come about because we establish that type of trust between people and the spaces they move out of. So that's kind of the business that August is in. Thank you, guys.
And Bharat will be giving them away in the back at the end of the day. But no, isn't it an awesome thing that you guys want to, hey, I want to check that out at home. Next, we have Santiago, the CEO of the Orange Chef. Love this product. How many people are foodies? And how many people are into health and fitness? Obviously, I'm not that much into health and fitness. But if you are, this is an awesome product, and I'll let Santiago do a short video to introduce it, and then also show you the product. Give a round of applause for Santiago.
Thank you. I believe we have a video that's going to play first.
This is food. This is also food. Food is a craft and a source of comfort. It can be tricky. It can be fuel. It can be social. What and why you eat may vary, but your understanding of food doesn't have to. Introducing PrepPad, the smart food scale that gives you real-time insight into what you eat. Understand your food's nutritional balance based on weight, not labels. Whether it's one ingredient or an entire meal, PrepPad shows you how it all adds up, so you can make little adjustments, not big sacrifices. PrepPad works with brand name foods and homemade foods, and reveals the whole spectrum, so you can know exactly what you need and make better choices for the whole family. With PrepPad, you can set goals, keep resolutions, and squeeze the very best out of life. PrepPad. Connect with your food.
All right, so This is PrepPad. It's our first device. And the reason why we're doing this is because at the Orange Chef we believe that eating healthy should be easy. We all know that it's complicated to decide what to eat and what not to eat. There's a lot of variables. How does my daily exercise routine affect what I eat or what I should be eating? If I go down to the awesome lunch that was provided, like should I choose the veggie sandwich, the meat sandwich, what are the implications of that? And we make thousands of decisions through the day, through the week to kind of optimize the way we eat and with the aspiration of living better. We do it for ourselves, we do it for our families, and it can really result in a very complicated equation that you need to solve. Interestingly enough, like, it's the 21st century, and you probably don't need to do that. This doesn't have to be a full-time job, and so what we set out to do is to solve that, to make the experience super, super simple for everybody. And so we're using hardware and software to do this. We're creating an ecosystem that basically you set up your goals, you say who you are, and then based on that, we're starting giving you recommendations of how you should eat, and in real time show you how your meal compares to your goals. And so in real time, you can make these little adjustments. We call them sometimes level ups. And there's just very tiny things you can do in the very moment to know that you're eating better and have control over your food and not vice versa. So this is the device. I have right here is made of aluminum, like also, very, very sleek. It fits in the kitchen very well. Quality is, as it was just said, like very important to our consumers. And so the app is the same, like super beautiful. You can find it is already selling. We actually started selling in Williams-Sonoma. Now we're in many other retailers. And in the future, we're trying to continue expanding in this, ecosystem that is the kitchen, which is a very complicated space where you have a ton of social interactions, where you make a lot of decisions. And the idea is to, again, make eating healthy simple. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Santiago. Next is Anton, with CEO of inHome. Oh, you have Anton.
Switch the slides. Oh, it's automatic. I don't know.
I think it's just, yeah, you can do forward, that one, and then backwards. That's good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anton, founder and CEO of inHome. And inHome, it's the simplest smart home platform, but not for developers, but for ordinary people. And why we do this? So I think most of us bought our first house or have our first house, and we know our emotion when we come in and try to understand what is a good room to live and make a bedroom. And had the same experience a couple of years ago together with my fiance, and I started looking at our home, how we live in it. We spend at least 40% of our life in our homes, and half of this time we spend inefficiently because we should control all our appliances manually, and it goes in an efficient way according to the resource management. And I try to figure it out and understand how I can solve this problem. And I go to the market and I found out that a lot of companies provide the different connected or smart devices. And I'm a technical person, and for me it was very complicated to understand how I can set up the real smart home system and make a communication between all these devices possible. And from another side, we heard a lot of news about the IoT space, and that in 2020 we will see that 50 billion connected devices will exist here, but actually it means that we will have the 50 billion batteries. And it becomes a huge problem because we see that battery-operated devices can operate during the whole year, but they want to, the battery will low down not exactly on the 1st of January. It will be make it occasionally. It's become the problem every day you will change the battery. I see this, the future of IoT space. I don't want to see this. And And also right now, if you want to solve the problem in our house or in our life using some connected devices, we immediately put a new problems right at the middle between you and your existing problems. Because many devices are too complicated to manage. They are not talk with each other. And the huge companies right now spend a lot of time to develop the standard protocols and possibility to do communication seamless. We have the same approach. So we start from the devices. Right now we have 8 of them in these 4 categories. They all work via one single hub, which has some unique features. All connected devices right now, they lost functionality if internet connection terminated. Our system can operate it with any case. So we have a special algorithm and a battery and other backups here. And if something wrong with outside, with internet connection and electricity, it's keep working. It's very important, especially for a security check or water leakage detection. And on top of that, we have a cloud software powered by machine learning, which helps understand, which helps your home understand you as well. You know your home. And of course, we have a single mobile app. We spend a lot of time to understand how people interact with the system in their homes. And we built it the same way. So it's very easy. Just find the right category, let's say lighting. Go and find the room. It will be automatically according to the iBeacons and done. You can manage, you can read the information. And also another cool solution that you can provide the temporary or limited access for a system. Let's say your kids don't need to get access for security or for climate check, but they want to play with the lights, or your guests coming for a couple of days. You can provide them temporary access only for these days and only for one room. It's a very interesting thing. We have a long list of competitors. It's a very crowded space right now. And what makes it different? I mentioned we can make our system autonomous and work offline. To solve the problem regarding the battery, we implement in our devices energy harvesting technology, which provide us the battery-free or just operation life for 10 or maybe more years. And we use the machine learning, and we focus on a couple protocols which highly supported by Google's Nest, 6LoWPAN and 3D Alliance, and the Bluetooth Low Energy is Apple's HomeKit. And we have more devices than any, but Wing announced the 7+ devices. We're very close with them. But we are a startup, we're just in the beginning, and we develop our device for half a year, not for years. And our revenue sources, actually we have a starter kits, and after that people can buy it, install by itself, it's very easy, and buy additional devices, an expanded system, it's very customizable. And on top of that, we have a services and application which with a monthly subscription, we can charge it and provide these additional services. And in the close future, we will contribute a lot of data and we can monetize it, try to monetize it. We are not 2 guys from the closed garage who developed the first prototype using Arduino and a development board. We are highly experienced with 5 years together in a hardware team of 12 people. It's international, so, and we spend a lot of time together developing the hardware. And right now, we are closing our seed round before the end of this year. And if you're interested, I would like to answer all your questions and talk more. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's good. It's awesome. Peter Yorke, Voyomotive. You just have slides? Just slides? Just slides and then hit the green button. Forward and back.
Good afternoon. Let's see the slide. Four years ago, I was on the Caltech campus to have a meeting to explore how cars could be driven more efficiently. Our challenge was not just to come up with new technologies for new cars. Our goal was to come up with a product for all cars, including cars that were already on the road. In 2011, a company was formed, and we proceeded to test different methods for controlling a vehicle. The early systems were quite basic, as you can see. This was something straight off of the original Star Trek series. Emboldened by our initial success, we developed even more daring and exciting technologies. Here you see an early version of our power cell unit located just behind the driver's seat. But one day we decided to change directions after I drove up to a security detail 2 blocks from where President Obama was giving a talk. Needless to say, the Secret Service was not happy with what I had in the car. After I inadvertently did this, we decided to build a less conspicuous electronic version of our system. With the availability of the new technologies, we started pulling vast amounts of advanced data from cars. From there, the system evolved to include broad telematics capabilities. And this brings us to the present. And having shared our brief history with you all, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Peter Yorke. I am the CEO and co-founder of Voyomotive. We spent the last 4 years in stealth mode, and today is our first public talk on our product, Voyo. We're delighted to be here at MEF and to have you be the first to hear our story. What if a car saved you $200 a year by tapping your foot 20 times a day? Told you every time your teenager drove like a teenager? Knew you had your arms full of groceries? Could become that smart in under 2 minutes? What if that car was your car? What if a car had Voyo? Voyo is a dongle that is based on the world's most advanced data logger. It plugs into the OBD2 port, which every car since 1996 has. When used with the Voyomotive wireless relays, Voyo can control the engine of your car. It connects your phone to the cloud, your car, and your car to the cloud. The Voyo phone app supports over 20 features. Our flagship device is EcoStart, the world's first plug-and-play aftermarket start-stop system. Start-stop saves fuel by reducing idling of a stopped car. Voyo is unique in that it allows the driver to decide when to shut down the car using the foot brake. The Voyo app provides drivers with intersection stop time data to help them make a decision whether or not to shut off the engine. Voyo can track how much gas, CO2, and money a driver has saved, and the system is gamified and integrated to social media. Am I actually going a little ahead here? Sorry. The average Voyo driver will save $200 a year by reducing idling time 20 minutes a day. The app supports dozens of features, some of which I'll tell you now. AutoKey allows the phone to automatically lock and unlock the door based on the proximity of the vehicle. Auto Trunk pops a trunk when you have packages. Our advanced diagnostics application can scan for thousands of error codes, whereas most consumer dongles can only look for 30 to 50. Immobilizer is a security feature that requires a cell phone to be in the car to start the engine. Voyo will also send email and SMS messages based on driver behavior, vehicle malfunctions, and an accident. We automatically post warnings to our map based when Voyo detects the car has been driving in dangerous conditions, such as when there's been swerving, ABS activation, weather, or other types of conditions. These icons, alert icons, post to our map within the application for other drivers to see. So if you're familiar with Waze, this is basically the car giving the input alerts for the mapping system. Where are we right now? Our advanced technology systems are targeting vehicles from 2004 and newer. However, our basic applications can work on any car from 1996. Our systems literally run on 20 to 50 million vehicles, or can run on 20 to 50 million vehicles right now, and we expect that these numbers will double in the next 6 to 12 months. So you may be asking yourself, how can I be the first to get a Voyo? The answer is Kickstarter. We plan to launch a campaign in September and ship devices 60 days later. We're going to be, following that, have a 4-month pilot in which we will be dialing in the Voyo ecosystem, including coming up with advanced algorithms for our cloud and posting warning applications to our map. Now, we have a Voyomotive car here, or a car equipped with a Voyo. I couldn't bring it in here, but there's one outside. If any of you would actually like to go for a demo drive, you can get a hold of us on Twitter, and we'll be happy to show you firsthand. Thank you.